The volume of the traffic there, we work at night.
All this, I'm blaming the city authority that is answerable.
So this evening, they have cleared over 300 of our nationals.
Over 300 Ugandans expected in the country tomorrow from South Africa.
Tomorrow, we should be able to see and receive the first batch.
They need this as quickly as yesterday.
Excitement as finance releases funds for MP's vehicles.
MP was budgeted 300 million to buy a car.
This is NBS Live at 9 with Kanru Mugume and Samson Kasumba.
A beginning, and tonight we begin NBS Live at 9 with human rights activist, and that is Dr. Miriam Matembe, that has been granted mandatory bail by a Grade 1 magistrate court in Ruzira after the court found that she had met all the legal requirements for release pending trial. The court ruled that the 73-year-old poses no flight risk or threat to witnesses, but cautioned her to exercise restraint in her public statements as she awaits a trial on charges of promoting sectarianism.
Having regard to all the above circumstances, factors, and having judiciously and meticulously weighed one factor against the other, I'm inclined to grant the bail application on the following conditions.
Court in Luzira has granted mandatory bail to Dr. Miriam Matembe after finding that she had satisfied the legal requirements for release pending trial. In delivering the ruling, the court noted that it had carefully considered submissions from both the prosecution and the defense and was satisfied that Matembe poses no risk of interfering with witnesses, has a known place of residence, and has demonstrated that she will appear before court whenever required.
Similar, Your Honor, she alluded to.
The magistrate also observed that Matembe has no previous criminal record, an impeccable public service record, and at 73 years of age qualifies for mandatory bail under the law. The court nevertheless cautioned Matembe to refrain from making statements that could give rise to further legal challenges while the case is pending. Matembe's lawyers welcomed the verdict, noting that this is what court is supposed to do, especially for people who meet the legal requirements mandated under the law.
We're excited, we're happy that at least a judicial officer, a magistrate for the lower court, has done what most of them have feared to do. Most of them have failed to do. This is what justice is. This is what Ugandans expect to see from the judiciary. And I think this should be a lesson.
Matembe, who is charged with promoting sectarianism, will remain on bail until she is required to return to court for the hearing of her case on 19th of August 2026.
All right, so we're taking a look at some of those particular projects that are within Kampala. Now, let's take a look at them because right here, to be honest, they have been really stalling. Now, the Kampala city leaders have attributed the slow pace of the road construction process across the capital to corruption and the manner in which contractors execute projects, saying prolonged works have worsened congestion and increased fuel costs for motorists. KCCA, however, maintains that the delays are largely driven by heavy traffic, Kampala's swampy terrain and other engineering challenges, while disputing corruption.
A drive through Kampala reveals roadworks on nearly every major route as efforts continue to rehabilitate roads that residents have long called for. While the projects are intended to improve the city's road network, they have also worsened traffic congestion, with many motorists questioning when the roads will be completed. Residents say the delays have disrupted movement and increased fuel costs. Beyond the heavily affected Ben Chwanuka Street, construction is also underway on several other roads, including Old Kampala and Old Chira Road. Kampala city leaders, including mayors, attribute the slow progress to corruption, alleging that some individuals benefit whenever road projects are prolonged.
To be clear, it's about the technocrats. You know, the moment you sit with contractors, because I will not be shy to say, it seems the corruption is a problem.
And it's clear that KCC has been ranked as one of the most corrupt institutions by the IGG. And that must stop. To us, we think that there has been a cartel somewhere.
So all this, I'm blaming the city authority that is answerable for all this. Everything is being signed by the authority. Let them answer. Why are they delaying this construction? See, Kira Road, the old Kira Road, how long?
Are making such allegations to look at our reports. We have the CC PAC, the City Public Accounts Committee report, we have the Internal Auditor General's report, we have other oversight bodies like Parliament, all of which have had access to what we are doing.
Our team visited Old Kampala, where construction is ongoing on Rashid Kamis Road and surrounding streets. Although work was progressing, engineers acknowledged several challenges affecting completion timelines. The site engineer from Ram and Sterling Construction says the area's heavy traffic and high concentration of businesses makes it difficult to execute works efficiently. He also cites rising fuel prices as a major operational challenge.
One of the challenges in Old Kampala is the traffic management, because when the Monday and the weekends we are not going to possible to work in the traffic. We have the timeline to the work, but we are trying to doing the work.
The KCCA spokesperson Daniel Nwabine says the volume of traffic in Kampala remains one of the biggest obstacles to timely road construction, noting that contractors increasingly carry out works at night to minimize disruptions.
Ben Chwanuka, because of the intensity of the traffic and the volume of the traffic there, we work at night to allow work during the day of other businesses. The construction work takes place.
Nwabine also says Kampala's swampy terrain presents significant engineering challenges, with drainage works accounting for a substantial portion of the projects, while dismissing corruption.
Remember, this is the lowest point of the city where it has to be filled with a lot of ordinarily what we would call stone to make sure the foundation is compact, allow it to settle, and then you can proceed with work.
Kampala City Lord Mayor Engineer Ronald Nsubagabalimwezo says another challenge is the practice of awarding multiple road projects to the same contractors simultaneously, which stresses their capacity. KCCA says the matter is under review.
You find the contractor was given 11 roads, which to me were too many, that they have overdelayed with the projects.
The debate comes amid recent remarks by the Chief of Defence Forces General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, who announced that road construction in Kampala would be placed under the military, arguing that the move would curb corruption and accelerate the delivery of road projects.
All right, we get to that point where we get to understand what's on ground. You know NBS TV.
Atao. Adam Mayambala, you are live for us. What's the situation at the moment? Are we now working at night or seeing work being done at night?
Good evening to you, Samson and Canary Mugume. Just like you mentioned, I'm coming to you live from Kampala Central Business District, and where I stand is the Ben Chwanuka Street here, known as ShopRite, for those of you that know Kampala City. But coincidentally, we found the Executive Director of KCCA, Hajat Sharif Abuzechi, here with us. She was here inspecting the roadworks, and yes, to confirm to your answer, the roadworks are ongoing. So we want to understand from you, at what percentage are the roadworks around Kampala? There are complaints about the traffic congestion and all the likes.
Thank you very much. The roadworks are at different stages depending on where the road is actually located. For Ben Chwanuka Street, where we are now, you see that during day you don't see business going on this road because of the area being a business area. It's a very busy street, and we preferred to work at night. Our teams here start at around 9:30 to 10 when most of the business people are out of this place. As you can see, there's deep excavation going on here we ferry in material, and we also take away material which is not needed for this road. So if you can imagine, over Sino trucks in the area during the day, there will be no business taking place here. So we start work at night, starting 9:30 to 10 to 3 in the morning when we do not have people here. Now you are here with us, but you see, we still have a big population of traders still here. So during the day you may not see work going on, but in the night we do that because of the characteristics of this area. Now for other roads like Mulago Chila Road, that one we can do both day and night because we are not affecting very many businesses. So the percentages, different roads are at different level. If you look at Port Bell Road, where we are now at around 65%, you'll have roads which are at 20, depending on where we are. Yeah.
Maybe, Madam Idi, what are some of the challenges? Because the allegations that the projects have stalled, or maybe they are taking a longer time, what are some of the challenges?
I'll also put that to the uniqueness of working in a city. When you are working on city roads, it is different from someone who is, for example, working on Soroti Katakwi Road. The traffic is less, you have fewer utilities to relocate, and so on. If you look deep here, you see wastewater flowing, sewage, because we have to relocate all of those amidst a very busy place like this one. And instead of us working 24 hours, we are limited to around 7 to 6 hours. So the speed of this road will not be the same as Port Bell, as Seteba, as Sir Apollo, because the conditions are actually different. So as far as we are concerned as a city, we would like to work within the contract period and finish these roads. But those unique issues continue coming in. As you work, you need the businesses to continue. As you work, you need the contractor to finish on time. Yet we are now limiting them to only work at night. Yeah.
There are allegations from leaders that money is sitting on accounts of KCCA, that the roads, that's why the roads are stalling. Are those allegations true?
I do not want to think that money is sitting on the account, but as an accounting officer, I cannot pay for work not done. I'll not be able to pay for work which is not yet done. Work has to be completed before I can be able to pay it. So we come, we verify, we measure what the contractor has done, and after there we are able to pay. Because it's not about finishing the money on the account. There is issue of quality and worthiness of what is to be paid for.
Thank you so much, Madam Idi. You've heard it from the horse's mouth, Canary and Samson, as I get back to you at the Political Command Center.
Adam, I do not wish that you, end this conversation without asking one question. The CDF, General Mhos Kainerugaba, did tweet and say, oh, she's gone away. I wanted to know when the CDF meeting with the KCCA is going to happen. Maybe you can track her down. Okay, looks like we lost her. My God, I was looking forward to that answer.
Very interesting. Now, let's get into the whole idea of the graphical representation of what we're talking about in terms of this story for this evening. Kampala City Roads Rehabilitation Project, Industrial Area, Central Division, 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th streets. That is if you know where those are.
Have you been there in the industrial area? You've been in the industrial area, my God.
There's one of the roads I think they are turning into from the tarmac to concrete, and I think that's a good one.
All right,
then Nakawa Division, Port Bell Road, Spring Road and Nakawa Ntinda Road. I think that's a road around Mobs, and then you get to Rubaga Kawempe Division, Saplo Kagwa Road. I think that one's almost finished. And then Chira Road. KCC is implementing industrial area, that's 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th, as we said. And then Nakawa Division, Port Bell Road, Spring Road, and Nakawa Ntinda Road, Sa Apollo Kagwa Road, Old Mubende and Salama Road. Then Machindia Division, Lukuri Road, and the Kabusu Chitebi Rueza Road, and then the Greater Kampala Metropolitan Area. If this is done, you know that picture is industrial area.
This is industrial area.
That is definitely industrial area.
The pothole looks like a mirror. But there's one of, part of the roads here on Chira Road that I'm really concerned about. That's the Nigeria Road. I'm thinking it's around Chira Road, and I'm told that it's around 80% done.
Then the Kulambino Ring Road, and then the John Babiha, that is Acacia Avenue.
All right, and beyond just paving asphalt, we have these construction projects are installing modern amenities like the drainage systems, major upgrades to curb seasonal flooding in low-lying areas. We have non-motorized transport, NMT, widening pedestrian walkways, adding cycling lanes. I know you're a big fan of these cycling lanes.
When we add pedestrian walkways, we are not asking bodabodas to come and join us there.
When there's traffic, I'm sure they'll go there. Then there's installing of the 1,600 energy-efficient streetlights, and then pedestrian bridges, building modern crossing structures near major hubs like the Uganda Management Institute, UMI, and on Ginger Road, Kawempe Hospital, Queensway on Entebbe Road. What's one of that terrible road you wish it can be done by the end of July? Today is the 1st of July.
Chira Road.
Chira Road is which one? Because it's such a huge road.
Between Mulago and the Chira Road police station.
Oh, that's Chira Road.
It's been on forever. Can we just get to finish?
My wish is Chiwatule to Chira municipality. But I know part of that road is not done by KCCA.
Do people live that way?
They do, and I'm sure you use part of that road. But my wish is from Chiwatule to Bulabida, and then Nigeria 1 and Nigeria 2, and then to Chira municipality. But I know as a fact that part of that road is being done by the Chira Municipal Council.
And the people who live in Chiwatule call it Kaiwatule.
Kaiwatule?
Yes.
I don't live in Chiwatule. I wouldn't know. I also wouldn't tell you where I live. And we're now joined by Engineer Dr. Patrick Rusongoza, who is the head of the State House Infrastructure and Publics Unit under the State House. To give us perspective, they did inspections today. What we want to understand is that how did these inspections go by? And he will be joining us, Dr. Patrick Rusongoza. Doctor, many thanks for joining us this evening. You did an assessment today around Kampala. I'll be focused around Kampala today. My question to you is, what did you find? Some of these allegations, KCCA will dismiss off as if they are, untrue. What exactly is going on? What did your assessment, look at today?
Thank you very much, Canary, and good evening, viewers. The assessment actually that we conduct, State House Infrastructure Monitoring Unit has the mandate of monitoring public infrastructure in this country to ensure that they achieve value for money in their execution. And as part of that mandate, we have been monitoring Kampala City Council, the roads and other infrastructure. And what we did actually yesterday was checking the Nakivubo Channel works, which is a private development but affecting the public. We found that the work has already been done for a big section of the channel, but it appears that there was limited consultation with the Kampala City Council to ensure that the construction of this channel is in line with the drainage master plan for the city. But this harmony is ongoing, and now this developer is in touch with the Kampala City Council, and they are trying to harmonize to ensure that the floods are mitigated. As far as the roads are concerned, the public is aware that the Kampala city has generally been like a construction site, but this has improved over the time, and most of the projects that have been started are in their completion stages. So we expect to have better roads in the near future for the city.
Doc, there are allegations that these contractors, some of them, have bitten more than they can chew, that they've just taken on too much more work, than they have capacity to complete. Did your findings find anything close to that? By the way, this is Samson asking.
Yes, thank you, Samson. You know, these construction projects, they depend on the funding arrangements. Some funding arrangements, which are mainly donor funded, they come with stringent conditions that only a few of the contractors will always meet them. So, for example, the turnover, if it requires a turnover of 100 million, not many contractors will be in that bracket. So that means those projects of similar nature will always attract those same contractors. That's what I can say. But most of our local contractors cannot really have that capacity.
Doc, in conclusion, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. But just one more question. There is a fact that is out there that some of these roads around Kampala and greater Kampala metropolitan area, that they are done with money that is, of course, off a loan. And the more they stall, the more KCC has to pay the contractors for the stalling works. What sort of timelines can you give the people of Kampala? And also, most importantly, are we wasting money here deliberately? What exactly is the problem?
In terms of paying high interest in loans, this can be mitigated. The problem is commissioning these projects to start when the ground is not ready. The right of way is not ready. Project affected persons have not been compensated. And then you start drawing the funds for the loans. So the key solution here is to start drawing those loans when our projects are ready to take off and the works and the contractors are ready without any impediments. And also to avoid any delayed payments to these contractors, because once you delay the payments, that means it affects their cash flows and they can stall the works or stop the works. And then in the end, we continue paying interest, which can be avoided. So the major thing here basically is achieving the right of ways before the works commence.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Patrick Rusongoza, head of the State House Infrastructure Monitoring Unit. That's quite a unit that's been doing some work. By the way, they're not just focused in Kampala. They are all over the entire country monitoring everything infrastructure. Now let's get to your feedback on our opinion question.
Feedback brought to you by
In business, you need advice, solutions, and sector expertise when it matters.
Your new office space looks great. What's next?
We get it. Absa Business Banking.
Let's get into that question. What has been your experience with the ongoing road construction works across the whole of Kampala? I'll sit this one out.
No. What has been your experience?
Let's get to Cosmas. The works are heavy traffic corridors such as the Northern Bypass, Kampala Flyover Project, and works around Kubiri and Mulago junctions frequently lock us in gridlock, adding hours to daily travel, just dust and mud in areas where roads have been graded but left unpaved. Yamawe.
Let's get into Regan's comment. The ongoing roadworks across Kampala are improving transport connectivity, enhancing mobility, and strengthening urban infrastructure despite temporary congestion and delays. Third comment?
Yeah, fair comment. And that is click Regan. And then Mganzi, not good because they close the roads and the companies working on those roads don't value us who use the road and have business on those roads. Lord, the Kamuri Chileka road. I don't understand why we fix a road and then put, those bumps on it. So you can't know whether the road was fixed or not.
No, the
like
road
every 3 meters there's...
So the road is fixed, but as long as it's within a community that has a market, a school, and sort of such a market, rather community, the speed has to slow down by force.
Between Kampala and where I live, less than, I think, 12 kilometers, I counted 33 speed bumps.
Where do you live?
Where I live.
NBS Live at 9 takes a break. We'll be back here in a bit.
They share an office. Some work in the day, some at night. What they have in common: focus, dedication. That's what makes them champions. They also share something else: the reward of being one. The official beer of the FIFA World Cup 2026. Not for persons under the age of 18. Drink responsibly.
Life unfolds in chapters. Through many of these chapters, Jubilee has been present. But life does not happen in separate chapters, and protection should not be separate either. Two journeys have become one. Jubilee Life and Jubilee Health are now one. Here for every chapter, together for better. Jubilee Life Insurance Company of Uganda is regulated by the Insurance Regulatory Authority of Uganda.
Carrying cash can be stressful. The I&M Bank multi-currency prepaid card makes paying smart and simple. Load and spend confidently in 9 currencies: Ugandan shilling, Kenyan shilling, Tanzanian shilling, Rwandan franc, Indian rupees, United States dollar, British pound, euro, and South African rand. Enjoy safe, simple payments wherever you go. The I&M Bank multi-currency prepaid card is open to everyone, whether you have an I&M Bank account or not. Get yours today and pay confidently worldwide in 9 currencies.
I&M Bank Uganda Limited is regulated by Bank of Uganda. Customer deposits are protected by the Deposit Protection Fund up to 10 million shillings. Terms and conditions apply.
I&M Bank, on your side.
There is a new era of elegance and it begins at your event. At Peno Events, we have upgraded with fresh, modern, stylish event pieces designed to transform any space into a masterpiece. From luxury tents to elegant furniture to premium mobile washrooms, hand wash stations, lounge sets, parasols, wooden chairs, modern chair set, banquet setup. Peno Events. Safe, reliable, stylish. Book now.
Uganda's economic future is being shaped now. Get the insights, connections, and policy perspectives you need to stay ahead. Join leading professionals, business leaders, and policymakers at the 14th CPA Economic Forum under the theme, Powering Uganda's $500 billion Future. Join us from the 15th to the 17th of July, 2026 at the Imperial Resort Beach Hotel, Entebbe, or attend online. Register now at www.icpau.co.ug. The 14th CPA Economic Forum. Be a part of the conversation shaping Uganda's future.
If whiskey could talk, Johnny Walker Black Label would sing. With notes that only come with 12 years in a barrel. Sweet, smooth toffee, rich fruit, and a touch of smoke. Tastes as good as it sounds.
Spice up your breakfast with Prestige Margarine, easy to spread and fortified with vitamins A, D, and E in the original and vanilla flavor, turning everyday moments into quiet indulgence. And now, a delightful new experience unfolds. Introducing Prestige Fruity, a luscious fusion of creamy spread and strawberry flavor, bringing everything you love into one simple, delicious layer. No extra spreads, just pure fruity satisfaction in every bite. Prestige Margarine, sprayed it, taste it, love it. Available in all shops and supermarkets nationwide. Distributed by Chapa General Enterprises, located at shop number 3, Rafik Building, Chikuwo, Kampala.
Kabalega Petro-Best Industrial Park. Imagine your business at the heart of East Africa's next industrial revolution. Welcome to Kabalega Petro-Base Industrial Park, Uganda's eco-industrial hub spanning over 7,300 acres in Hoima, home to the Uganda Refinery, the East African Crude Oil Pipeline, and Kabalega International Airport. KIP places investors at the center of Uganda's energy transformation. KIP presents investment opportunities in petrochemicals, manufacturing, agro-processing, logistics, warehousing, real estate, commercial, hospitality, ICT, and industrial services. Join us for the official launch on 7th July 2026, live on NBS TV and streamed on YouTube and social media starting at 8 a.m. Secure your place in Uganda's industrial future. Mukaije, Karibu, Uganda welcomes you. Kabalega Petro-Base Industrial Park, a project by the Uganda National Oil Company, UNOC.
Welcome back. Opposition political politicians have condemned what they described as a rising wave of intimidation and a climate of fear, accusing those in power of stifling dissent. Addressing a joint press conference at the Uganda People's Congress headquarters in Kampala, the leaders called for urgent dialogue with NRM leadership to resolve the current impasse and ease mounting political tension.
Uganda's opposition political parties have condemned the current impasse and rising tensions in the country, vowing not to be silenced by threats as they demand urgent engagement with the ruling NRM to restore order.
Players are being terrorized, being pushed to the point where they should be quiet.
The leadership of Uganda People's Congress, People's Front for Freedom, People's Progressive Party and the Forum for Democratic Change addressed a joint press conference at UPC headquarters in Kampala, calling out on what they described as attempts to undermine divergent political views.
I am not interested in killing anyone. I'm not interested in putting anyone in a basement. I'm not interested in locking anybody up. I'm interested in Uganda which works for all of us, irrespective of our parties.
And the impending abduction of yours truly, me, is helping to expose that throughout our entire history, it wasn't Obote that was doing the abductions, yes. It wasn't.
With arrests, incarceration, dumping them in dungeons, taking them to police, and then denying them bail, simply because there is an order from above. The basement rule that we are observing right now can only cultivate vindication in the people's hearts. It will not attract respect at all, never.
I can recite for you that hadith in Arabic. It says, Man ra'a minkum munkaran falyughayyirhu biyadihi fa illam yastati' fa bilisanihi fa illam yastati'.
The leaders also raised concern over the role of key state institutions, questioning why those mandated to protect the constitution have not spoken out amid the standoff.
But those who think they're going to cower us into becoming some whimpering of people who are not good, I'm not going to be part of those ones. I've said I'm not ready to go into the future on my knees.
And so we invite the National Resistance Movement, because it's the political party on the other side.
They now want the ruling party NRM to provide clarity on who is in charge of the country, in addition to engaging to have the current impasse and tension resolved.
That is why it's so important at this point in time for us to invite the National Resistance Movement to talk about our collective political future.
The Nation Media Group, the parent company of NTV Uganda and the Daily Monitor, met the Chief of Defence Forces days after its outlets were raided and switched off by the military. Speaking after the meeting, Patriotic League of Uganda's Andrew Mwenda said the military accused NMG of bias, inaccuracy and of acting like an activist group rather than a media organisation. Mwenda also added that the terms were reached during the engagement following prolonged discussions between the two sides.
Closure of several Nation Media Group outlets, including NTV Uganda, Daily Monitor, KFM, among others, earlier this week of investigations reportedly sanctioned by President Yoweri Museveni. The Commander of Defence Forces, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, has met the leadership of Nation Media Group Uganda at the Special Forces Command Headquarters in Entebbe to discuss the ongoing shutdown. The meeting was attended by NMG owner Ratam Aziz, his son Sam Aziz, Jojam Mutaganywa, Andrew Mwenda and Colonel Chris Magazi. Shortly after the meeting, Patriotic League of Uganda spokesperson Andrew Mwenda said the Commander of Defence Forces presented a detailed report on NMG publications accusing the media house of biased reporting, false reporting and acting as an activist group.
He had a report this thick. The stories I have done over the last 5 years that are biased, many of which are untrue and inaccurate, and many of which are unfair and unbalanced. We had done a simulation of the top 100 cover stories Monitor and NTV had done each on government. 97% had been negative of their last 100 major stories. And there 97% were negative on government. On the opposition, they were 100% positive or sympathetic. So General Muhoozi's argument is that this is not journalism, this is activism. We don't have a newspaper, we have a party mouthpiece, an opposition mouthpiece.
Mwenda said the report cited several top cover stories published over the past 5 years which were deemed inaccurate and unbalanced. The media group was accused of engaging in activism rather than adhering to the mandate of professional journalism and balanced reporting on national events.
All that the government wants from them is to be professional. It's not to take away their independence, it's not to do anything, it is to say, please be professional. In covering government, be truthful and accurate, be fair and balanced. You cannot have 100% of the stories about opposition that are only positive as if there is angel opposition and devil government.
Mwenda further stated that after prolonged discussions, some terms and conditions were agreed upon, with NMG allegedly accepting some of the raised concerns.
Those are the terms and conditions. Get professional journalists, get professional editors, ensure that in doing your work you are even-handed, you are fair and balanced, truthful and accurate.
He added that ongoing talks with NMG reflect a commitment to professionalism and may lead to the opening of the media outlet soon.
But I can promise the country that it could even be sooner than you would imagine. The NMG group in Kampala in Uganda will be opened. NTV, Monitor, Spark TV, KFM, Dembe. Remember that I am a product of Monitor.
Certainly, Social Spotlight is open, so let's go to the accounts of leaders to find out what they have been in the business of saying. Chris Magazi, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba meets NMG owners over Daily Monitor NTV closure. The Chief of Defence Forces and the Senior Presidential Advisor for Special Operations, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, has met with the leadership of Nation Media Group Uganda to discuss the ongoing closure of its outlets, which include NTV Uganda and the Daily Monitor. The meeting, which took place at the Special Forces Command Headquarters in Entebbe, was attended by NMG owner Mr. Rostam Aziz and his son Mr. Sam Aziz, alongside Ms. Georgia Mutaganywa, the Chief of Staff at Tarifa Limited, which is the parent organization of NMG. Veteran journalist and PLU leader Andrew Mwenda also attended alongside acting UPDF / Defense Public Information Director Colonel Chris Magezi. The meeting follows the recent closure of NMG Uganda's premises by security forces. The shutdown was instituted on the orders of the CDF following guidance of President and Commander-in-Chief of the UPDF. General Muhoozi cited the sustained blackmail campaign by the media group against the government of Uganda and its leadership, alongside promoting opposition and foreign interests at the expense of Uganda. During the deliberations, specific instances of what the government deems biased and malicious reporting were reviewed, with the NMG ownership committing to adopting a more patriotic, balanced and objective approach to their journalism moving forward. The meeting is part of ongoing work right there.
Wafula Gutu says, as a founder, this is such an emotional tweet, by the way, as a founder and significant minority shareholder in the besieged Monitor newspaper, I got a bit worried when I read a while ago that our new majority shareholder, Mr. Rostam Aziz, has met General MK, who ordered the shutdown of NMGU without our MD or any local manager. It's quite an interesting one. Wafula Gutu is quite worried. Yeah, this is a retweet, of course, from the UNAIDS account, and it does say that we will not end AIDS through institutions alone. We will deliver it through people, communities who refuse to be invisible, staff carrying this mission, partners and member states who stand with us, and courageous leadership in the face of uncertainty, says Winnie Byanyima.
Interesting right there. Let's get into the good news as far as those who get free money for vehicles is concerned. The Ministry of Finance has released funds for the members of Parliament to purchase official vehicles, ending more than 2 months of uncertainty over the allocation. Finance Minister Henry Musasizi confirmed that the funds have been earmarked for more than 500 legislators of the 12th Parliament. The vehicle allocation was increased from 200 to just a small 350 million shillings per legislator in the 2026-2027 financial year. Wow.
While addressing members of the 12th Parliament who are undergoing induction and orientation at Speak Resort Monyonyo, Government Chief Whip Dr. Ruth Acheng asked the Minister of Finance Henry Musasizi to explain the delays in releasing funds allocated to members of Parliament for purchase of official vehicles.
Honorable Musasizi, don't punish my honorable members. They need this as quickly as yesterday.
The minister assured the members of Parliament that although the funds had taken longer than expected to process, the ministry had completed the necessary arrangements and that the money would be released this month, prompting applause and excitement from legislators.
68 billion was provided for to facilitate members of Parliament with cars, and each MP was budgeted 300 million to buy a car, and we shall be releasing this money in this quarter.
Some of us are so desperate because we came to Parliament, we don't have a car, we don't have this. So you see others are driving, and you also want to drive as a member of Parliament.
In his presentation, Minister Musasizi reminded members of Parliament of the 7 constitutional responsibilities they must fulfill to ensure that public funds are used effectively and benefit all Ugandans.
The second budget call circular has been issued. It is very difficult to change the numbers in the budget because by that time we have determined the resource envelope.
I think it's now going to even be more of my intended efforts, especially to see that whatever program we have passed, whatever we have agreed as leaders in Parliament is being reflected on the ground.
Other officials, including Presidential Advisor Moses Byaranga and several legislators, also addressed the members, emphasizing the need for legislators to closely monitor government programs in their constituencies, oversee the implementation of public projects, and ensure effective service delivery.
Sometimes some projects are meant to help a policy achieve a positive impact, but at the end of the day, it could result in impoverishing the people.
A politician is blocking you from following up government programs in your constituency. Raise that matter in the caucus.
It is important, first of all, to understand what problems are affecting the community and Ugandans there.
NBS Television has come of age. NBS Television turns 18 years, and now it has one of the longest flagpoles in Kampala.
We were longest until. until. How many of those 18 have you been here?
Huh?
How many of the 18 have you been here?
10.
10, yes.
You? 10. We make a decade, Samson and I, here on NBS Television. And to mark the milestone, the media conglomerate is set to embark on a week-long series of activities running from Friday, that is a couple of days from now, the 3rd of July, to the Friday of 10th of July, celebrating its transformers, past and present, who have contributed to building its story. The Next Media Group CEO, Ken Karisa, has issued a memo officially opening the celebrations and highlighting key milestones achieved over the years.
More to come.
More than 300 Ugandans have now been confirmed for repatriation from South Africa and are expected to arrive at Entebbe today, even if they haven't yet, after securing the necessary documents.
You need a bigger space to grow your business. You need to be ready for any season.
You need faster checkouts for these busy days.
You need more equipment to meet demand.
You need to make sure everyone gets paid on time.
In business, you need advice, solutions, and sector expertise when it matters.
Your new office space looks great. What's next?
We get it. ABSA Business Banking.
Start something new, something uplifting, something so effortless and golden. A thirst-quenching burst of sweetness and malty flavor, so rich and full of memories. It's 100% taste, zero alcohol. Try it, savor it, feel it elevate every moment. Sip after sip, gulp after gulp. After all, life's about turning ordinary thrills into golden chills.
Start something malty with the new Evervest Malt Apple and Pineapple. Try the burst of sweetness and malty flavor. It's 100% taste, zero alcohol. Available in a shop or supermarket near you. Evervest Malt. Make every moment golden. Evervest Malt is from the makers of PepsiCo.
Life unfolds in chapters. Through many of these chapters, Jubilee has been present. But life does not happen in separate chapters, and protection should not be separate either. Two journeys have become one. Jubilee Life and Jubilee Health are now one. Here for every chapter, together for better. Jubilee Life Insurance Company of Uganda is regulated by the Insurance Regulatory Authority of Uganda.
You will always know when you're in the presence of the finest. It's like time slows down, just enough for you to feel everything in full flavor.
Just Malt Lager. Alcohol is not for certain persons under 18. Please drink responsibly.
Why pay for someone else's repairs? Say goodbye to hidden costs and hello to peace of mind of a brand new start. Discover the Suzuki range of unmatched, fuel-efficient and reliable options. From the iconic Jimny to the new Across Hybrid. Find the perfect blend of style and world-class efficiency. Upgrade today and enjoy 1 year of free fuel and comprehensive insurance, plus 2 years of free service and a 3-year warranty. Trade in your current car or choose financing to start driving as you pay installments. Don't wait. Visit the Suzuki showroom today or call 0800 211 033 to get started.
From 11 June to 19 July, everything can wait. The FIFA World Cup 2026. Catch all 104 matches on 4 dedicated channels, live on SuperSport, only on DSTV.
The problem is the foundation.
Do you know the kind of cement I'm using in this foundation? I guarantee you even my grandchildren will come and find this house.
You buy your buy today and get the job done. Strong, reliable, available at hardware shops countrywide.
This is NBS Live at 9. More than 300 Ugandans have now been confirmed for repatriation from South Africa and are expected to arrive at Entebbe on Thursday evening. After securing the necessary documents, the registration and documentation exercise is, however, still ongoing for other Ugandans seeking to return home. The voluntary repatriation follows days of anti-foreigner protests in parts of South Africa, where demonstrators have accused foreign nationals of taking away employment opportunities.
For the past 3 days, the Uganda High Commission in South Africa has been registering Ugandans wishing to return home following the unrest triggered by demonstrations demanding the removal of foreign workers from the country. 4 registration centers were established to facilitate the exercise, where more than 300 Ugandans have completed the required documentation and are expected to depart for Uganda tomorrow.
We have had 6 technical officials from Home Affairs at our designated center here in Pretoria, and they will be clearing the entire group of close to 200 Ugandans that so far are in this particular center. And in Johannesburg, we also have about 6 officials that are working with us.
The returnees are drawn from Pretoria, Johannesburg and several other towns across South Africa. Uganda's High Commissioner to South Africa, Paul Amoru, says embassy officials have worked around the clock over the past 3 days to process emergency travel documents to enable the affected Ugandans to travel.
So we expect our scheduled first flight out of Oliver Tambo Regional International Airport will be at 13 hours tomorrow.
After completing the documentation process, the ambassador says Uganda Airlines has already made the necessary arrangements for the evacuation flight, which is expected to bring the first group of more than 300 Ugandans back home.
That tomorrow we should be able to see and receive the first batch of our nationals who will be reaching home and touching ground at Entebbe International Airport in the evening.
Now we need to be saving lives. We need to make sure that these people return home, then we can deal with the paperwork later.
The ambassador also revealed that the repatriation effort has extended to Ugandans held in detention facilities. 21 Ugandans who had been imprisoned have, in coordination with the South African government, been cleared for repatriation and will also return home.
We are also targeting our nationals that were in detention center. And yesterday, following a meeting that we had with authorities of the host government, we have been able to secure officially 21 of the inmates at Lindera Center, and we expect that this group should be airlifted along with the second batch on Friday.
For thousands of residents across 12 sub-counties in Tororo district, falling sick can mean a grueling journey of between 6 and 20 kilometers in search of medical care. Despite a government policy requiring every sub-county to have a health center 3, these communities remain without one, exposing glaring gaps in access to essential health care. Now, as the district rolls out a new health budget aimed at improving service delivery, the big question remains, will the funding be enough to bring life-saving healthcare closer to the people who need it the most?
Up of 4 parishes, Nyangore sub-county remains one. The sub-counties in Tororo district without a health center 3, despite government policy requiring every sub-county to have at least one. As a result, residents here are forced to walk between 6 and 10 kilometers to access healthcare at neighboring health center 3s, a challenge that continues to undermine service delivery, especially for critically ill patients.
You know a person who is pregnant when time reach of producing, how the woman can suffer. You cannot put in a bajaj, you cannot put in a bike, it's not only the vehicle, and this is a village.
This situation is not unique to Nyangore. According to the district health officer, at least 12 sub-counties across Tororo face the same challenge, compounded by severe understaffing, inadequate infrastructure and limited medical supplies.
We are short of staffing, we are short of supplies, we are short of infrastructure, short of transport, we are short of everything. I'm telling you that as a district, we are operating at around 35% of our staffing level.
To address these gaps, the District Council approved an 88.4 billion shillings budget for the 2026-2027 financial year, with more than 18 billion shillings allocated to the health sector, making it the second most funded department after education. Part of the allocation is earmarked for upgrading at least 2 health center 2s to health center 3s and constructing additional infrastructure at existing health facilities. However, district leaders fear these plans could be affected by the recent cuts to the national health budget.
The IPF, which has given to us, cannot complete all those structures, and therefore it will still affect us.
The district health officer says Uganda's investment in healthcare remains below internationally recommended levels.
A developing country like Uganda should be commanding about 11% of its budget going to the health department for effective service delivery.
But the resident district commissioner has urged residents not to lose hope, saying government plans to create new administrative units that could bring services closer to the people.
The districts like Nagongera, Mukuju, Mulanda, and then Tororo City, where they actualized, we believe more resources will be brought and better services will come.
Now, the Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Engineer Jonad Asimwakiki, has launched a nationwide tour of public universities with a bold message: innovation must move beyond classroom projects and become a driver for jobs, wealth creation and national transformation. Speaking during his first stop at Busitema University, the minister challenged institutions to develop practical technologies that solve real-world problems and accelerate Uganda's socio-economic development.
Upon his arrival at Busitema University, the Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Engineer Jonad Asimwakiki, was taken on a guided tour at the Faculty of Engineering and Technology to witness a number of innovations developed by students. The visit marked the minister's first official tour of a public university since his appointment. He later commissioned a charging station for the university's electric bus, recently acquired from Kira Motors Corporation, before addressing staff, local leaders and students at the university main hall. In his remarks, the minister challenged the university to ensure that its innovations go beyond research and classrooms to create wealth, generate employment and contribute to the country's economic transformation.
The recently adopted fourth National Development Plan place science, technology and innovation at the center of Uganda's social economic transformation. Unlike previous development approaches, where research was often viewed as an end in itself. NDP4 positions innovation as a tool for industrialization, wealth creation, import substitution, export promotion, and job creation.
The University Vice-Chancellor Professor Powako said the institution is making significant strides in equipping students with practical innovation skills, including batteries and medicines, but requires more than 18 billion shillings to support large-scale production and commercialization of these innovations.
Universities would like to go into large-scale production so that we stimulate both our staff and future students to know that research does not end at fabricate, but research goes all the way to a commercial product.
From Bositema's main campus, the minister proceeded to the university's Mbale campus, where he is expected to commission new ICT infrastructure aimed at strengthening digital innovation and research.
The government has ordered an intensified security crackdown on cattle theft in the Greater Mbarara region after a surge in livestock raids that officials say is threatening livelihoods and undermining the government's poverty alleviation efforts. The Minister for the Presidency, Millie Babalanda, directed resident district commissioners, that is RDCs, and resident city commissioners, RCCs, district internal security officers, DISOs, and district security committees across the region to treat cattle theft as a top security priority. Babalanda said government had received numerous reports showing that livestock theft had reached alarming proportions, with many farmers losing cattle that provided their primary source of income. She said the thefts were not only affecting individual households but also frustrating the government's wealth creation agenda.
Their theft is therefore not merely a criminal offense against individual farmers, but also a direct attack on government's wealth creation agenda and our national mission to lifting Ugandans out of poverty. What makes this situation even more unfortunate is that some of the stolen cattle were purchased using funds accessed through the Parish Development Model, PDM. Government deliberately invested these resources to enable vulnerable households to build sustainable incomes and escape poverty. When criminals steal such livestock, they are sabotaging one of the government's flagship socio-economic transformation programs and frustrating the efforts of hard-working Ugandans striving to improve their lives. Let me therefore state clearly that government will not tolerate individuals or organized criminal groups whose actions undermine the economic transformation of our people.
Business Pulse, brought to you by
President Yoweri Museveni has revealed that Uganda's agriculture sector registered a growth of 6.7% in the 2025-2026 financial year, up from an average of 4.2% over the last decade. The president does attribute this improvement to government wealth creation interventions such as Operation Wealth Creation, the Parish Development Model, and Emyoga, which are aimed at transitioning at least 30% of households from subsistence farming to commercial agriculture.
The president's message was delivered by Prime Minister Robin Anabanja during an official opening of the 32nd Source of the Nile Agriculture Show in Jinja City.
The Operation Wealth Creation Village.
Nabanja toured various exhibition stalls where both local and international exhibitors are showcasing innovations in agribusiness, particularly in mechanized agriculture and post-harvest handling. In his speech, Museveni emphasized that agriculture remains the backbone of Uganda's economic growth, noting that government continues to prioritize the sector through strategic investments and farmer support programs. He reiterated that the improved sector performance is a direct result of sustained wealth creation campaigns targeting increased productivity and value addition.
Agriculture sector grew by 6.7%
3% this financial year as compared to the average of 4.2 over the last 10 years. This growth is on account of the government interventions through the wealth creation campaigns, such as Operation Wealth Creation, PDM, Emyoga, etc.
This trade show, therefore, is more than an exhibition. It is a national platform for collaboration, learning, and growth. It demonstrates our commitment to agriculture transformation, industrialization, and wealth creation, while showcasing the results of government program and policies.
The 10-day agriculture show has attracted a wide range of exhibitors displaying advanced farming inputs, improved seed varieties, and modern post-harvest equipment.
Belgium and co-host USA headline tonight's FIFA World Cup